So thank you so much for coming on the show. It's great to finally meet you nowadays because this is how we meet each other, through Zoom. This is face to face now. This is basically face to face. So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and your organization and what you're passionate about?
So I'm Shushant Lakhiani this side, and I'm basically a content creator, to be honest. Apart from that, I also like kind of provide services to people, like let's say ghostwriting services, consultation calls, and another kind of things. All of these are just related to content creation and brand building in general.
Mm-hmm.
So more about me, I'll just talk about my past. I had cleared my bachelor's in mechanical engineering in 2021 from Manipal Institute of Technology, and after that I got a job at Goldman Sachs. I was an intern earlier at Goldman Sachs too, so basically I got a job from there itself. Like my internship converted
Nice.
into a
You must
full-time
have
job
thought
later.
you had it made. Goldman Sachs is like a huge consulting firm, right? Or huge financial services company. You're probably thinking, this is great.
Yeah, I mean, at that point of time, like it was, like it was something special for me. Like all of my friends thought of me as a special person. I got more popular than ever in my friend circle and in the college. So yeah, also many juniors in the college started approaching me. So I liked that popularity at that time. But later, as I worked at Goldman Sachs, I realized that my job was kind of becoming monotonous. It was kind of repetitive. So I had the choice. Like my parents were saying that, you should go for an MBA abroad, like in the US, or you should go for an MS in the US. But I was like, I mean, I'll just keep doing the same thing even after an MBA. So nothing's
Yeah,
gonna change.
it's just a bunch of school and then same
Yeah.
thing afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I'm just gonna get paid more because I had seen my seniors, they were doing the similar thing, even though they had their MBA degrees. So I realized that MBA won't really do the justice. So what I had kept a condition with my parents was that I'll try something on my own for 2 years. If things don't work out, then I'll do whatever you want me to do.
Right.
So
So you made a pact. You said, I'm going to try
yeah.
this for 2 years. And then, okay, good.
So after
How
that,
far
basically
along are you in the 2 years?
it's just been like I think one year and 4 months or something right
And you've
now.
already blown through all their expectations, right?
Yeah, for now they're happy, but let's see how it goes.
This is like my dad. He goes, you don't want to get into, you don't want to do computers. Computers are a fad. You should get into real estate or be a barber because everybody needs their
Mhm.
haircut or everybody needs to live somewhere. And I'm like, no, computers. Come on.
Yeah, even my dad, to be honest, my parents don't really understand what I'm doing right now. They're like, do you even get paid for writing on Twitter? How do you get paid? What is this going on? So, I mean, they have ton of questions. They can't even explain it to my relatives, like, what is he really doing? They don't know what an info product really is. I just tell them that I'm selling kind of courses, and Twitter pays me because like I'm working for the platform in some way to help them get more reach. So because they don't understand why would Twitter pay me for ads. They're like, Twitter should keep the money to themselves. Why are they paying you? So I
Right.
mean, yeah, I think there is that generation gap that is causing all the confusion. So yeah, apart from that, yeah, when I quit my job, I basically had a startup idea at like initially, and I was working with my friend in order to build it, but he quit after 1 or 2 months because he was going through a bad breakup, so he was not able to manage this to build a startup, so he just continued his job. So I was lonely right now, and I had applied to various incubators in order to, get a team for myself to build what I really wanted to build. But then while applying to incubators, I had a 1 month gap in which I spoke to, let's say, I think more than 20 founders and more than 20 product managers of different companies. So what I got to learn from them was that, I need to learn the raw skills on my own, like, how to generate sales, how to get revenue, how to actually, like without having a VC funded startup, how to do things. So
Yeah. The all around
then,
entrepreneurial skills. Yeah.
yeah. So then I thought, okay, let me try something else. I then went towards like, I mean, I was then started becoming more active on Twitter. Like I saw people like Isla who were selling Notion templates. Then I saw people who were having, I mean, making huge money with their agencies. Then I saw people who were doing consultation calls. Then I also saw indie makers who were making more money. So I basically analyzed how much these guys are making, what I should do. So I think building Notion templates or Notion info products would work the best for me. And I just gave it a shot. I launched a Notion info product, I guess, in October on Product Hunt. It worked really well, and I made my first $100 online. So
Nice. Congratulations. That's great.
thank you.
So how long did
So
it take from how much time did it take to put together the Notion template, the first one that you sold?
I think it was just it took 1 week to like build it, and it took 1 month of procrastination to think, because I thought it won't work. Who would even buy this? Like, so that was my thinking in the
It's
beginning.
like
So
questioning yourself is always the worst thing, right? You got to
yeah.
throw it out there and find product market fit. Someone's going to buy it, right?
Yeah. So, I mean, I didn't realize that earlier. Even my first product hunt launch was, to be honest, it was a joke. I just asked my family members, my friends, and I put the product hunt launch like in the college alumni group. I thought at least I need some upvotes. Also, many people from Twitter supported because I knew many people at that time. So that helped it to get to the rank 3 product hunt launch, product of the day. So I mean, that was the first launch, and then the second launch made $1,000 in a week. So I mean,
Nice.
that gave me more confidence. But the third launch was bad. But then I realized that I can actually, like take this in the long term and see how it goes. Also, yeah, I did not say this, but before launching on Product Hunt, I was also, just to make some passive income, I was doing ghostwriting on the side. And just, I mean, because I was passionate about learning how to grow on Twitter. So I thought if I can help someone at a lower price to grow on Twitter, that would also help. So I worked for a client. Also, I worked for an agency on like who you used to like ghostwrite for clients on Twitter. So I mean, I did all of this. Then when I was building info products and also managing ghostwriting, I could not manage both of these. So I had quit ghostwriting. Like, I was not able to give a lot of time, because it takes time to actually prepare a lot of content for a client, and especially if the client is managing a huge business. So we have to take it seriously. So after that, I got an offer from a friend who runs a no code boot camp. Since I was selling Notion templates, it's a no code product. So he just wanted my help to basically be an instructor at his boot camp. And later we became partners. So I ran that boot camp also for, let's say, 3 months with him. But then, like, it was, I guess, in January 2023 when the AI boom started, and I wanted to convert this no code bootcamp into an no code plus AI bootcamp, because I saw
Hmm.
people were really getting excited to learn, and I thought that would boost revenues. But then my partner again was not really excited, because he just wanted to treat this as a passive income and not really upgrade the course with time. So I thought
Right.
it's better for me to leave, and I gave like 3 or 4 consultation calls to different people, because at that time I was really skilled at Bubble and all of these no code tools. So I mean, at that time, at that time, I just helped them to learn how to build no code, no, sorry, no AI powered tools on
Hmm.
like no code tools like Bubble. So after that, like, I just lost touch with no code, and I got affiliated with a brand, like as an affiliated creator. Like, I worked for them for 8 months. What I basically did for them was, basically I helped them launch, that was also productivity tool, similar to Notion, and I helped them launch info products on Product Hunt. So that was just the collaboration part we had. Apart from that, I also helped them to get some users from Twitter. Like, I did Twitter giveaways, and I helped them to get users from those giveaways. So yeah, that I worked with them for 8 months, but after that I left it because there was no, to be honest, there was no learning from on my end. It was just kind of a job, because whatever
Hmm.
I'm posting has to be approved by them, and also I have to just work on that one product. I cannot, build anything on Notion, because that is a competitor product and other no code tools out there.
Right.
So that's why I had quit working with them in June, and after that I'm just an independent creator. So right now I'm basically, I've monetized my audience via consultation calls. I'm also like planning to go for ghostwriting again. Apart from that, like, I'm also planning to start a coaching program. I have my info products which just sell on autopilot. Or, to be honest, I also
See,
have my
that's real passive
newsletter.
income right there. That's beautiful.
Yeah, the product and SEO works really well, to be honest. So
So your background is not marketing. in sales.
No,
So
not at
how
all.
did you just realize at one point, wow, I'm actually pretty good at this? Or how did you get to the point where you can actually become a ghostwriter and a marketer for other companies? How did you get to that
So
point?
in my first year of college in 2017, I was a writer on Quora. Like I guess I had good followers as far as I remember. I had 2,000 followers at that time.
Oh,
But
nice.
then
On Quora.
I, yeah.
Fantastic.
But then I had to like stop writing on Quora when I was at Goldman Sachs. So I just
Oh
deleted my
yeah,
profile.
they would
Yeah,
frown on that.
they didn't like that. So I mean, they also caught me. Like they were like, please don't write anything. So I was like, cool. I mean, I had to stop after that.
Yeah, that's the problem with a lot of these organizations, that they won't let you have a side hustle, even if it's just,
Mm.
you're just helping people, right?
Yeah, I mean, nothing was allowed there as far as I remember. Not even like creating a vlog. Even if you're a travel vlogger, I think as far as I remember, even that was not allowed.
Yeah, that's pretty rare. So but what drove you into, what made you decide to go down this path? I mean, so you found that you had a skill in marketing and sales, or I mean, you just tried stuff, or do you really do you enjoy doing what you're doing? Like, what is it that you like? Do you enjoy creating the Notion templates? Do you enjoy coding? Do you like, what is the thing that you enjoy the most?
I mean, to be honest, when I was, like I said, I had analyzed everyone's business on Twitter. So what I had learned was that if you can't really build an audience or if you can't generate traffic, whatever you build, no one's gonna come. So I mean,
Exactly right.
marketing and sales, I understood that it is quite necessary if I want to even, be here in the long term. So I'll just give you an example. Like I guess till 2 weeks ago, I had never posted a picture on LinkedIn. But then, since I knew I had to market myself better, I've started posting pictures on LinkedIn. Also, you might see I've started posting pictures on Twitter right now, like from the past 3 or 4 days, because I personally am a shy person. I cannot really do all of that things like these Instagram influencers do. I cannot put myself out there. I've
Yeah.
also started posting reels on Instagram right now, like from the past 2 or 3 weeks.
Oh,
So
nice.
yeah, I mean, I understand that I have to, push myself out of this comfort zone which I have. I cannot really be the person which I was like, just sit in a room, just like do your work on your laptop and then and then forget what you did. So I mean, I understood that if you can't really grab people's attention by, let's say, mostly how you look, how you talk, or like your personality, so I understood it's not going to work. People are not going to buy from me. I'll have to, then spend money on other things like UGC creators or something. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't
But
really have the budget
but
for right now.
you've been able to grow a pretty big audience without presenting yourself out there. So I mean, is there like a secret to audience growth? Like, I mean, I totally agree with you. My number one
Mhm.
thing that I tell all startups that I've found that I know is that building the product is not the hard thing. Building the thing is not the hard thing. Building the audience to sell the thing to, that's the hard
Yeah,
thing, especially nowadays because it's so noisy out there.
yeah.
You can come out with the most amazing product that hits all the notes, but still, if nobody knows about it, nobody will buy it.
Mhm. So I mean, regarding Twitter audience building, to be honest, like I was not really passionate about it. Like I guess for the first 6 months until and unless I launched on product, and like that
Mhm.
was the time I really got serious about Twitter because I knew that yeah, these guys have upvoted. So I mean, there is some potential on of building audience on Twitter. So the thing here was that in the earlier days, I just used to, post pictures like, let's say, not pictures of me, but pictures of, like I'm going here to for a walk, or I'm going here just, I mean, just a travel vlog kind of a page.
Just random pictures of where you happen to be or things that you found
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just those kind of things or personal experiences. So I think that related the best to the initial audience that I had. And the initial audience were basically people who were like for whom I was solving the startup problem which I was building. So I mean, these people were basically, let's say, teenagers of the age 18 to 20, I would say. I wouldn't say they were any like older people than that. But then later, what happened, to be honest, I think the best way that I've learned to build an audience is engaging with others. Like I have engaged with Justin Welch, then, Sharat Kuruganti, and other great people who are active on product and just to get upwards. Also, Shweta Bay. I understood that I have to, anyways, build relationships with them And then also I had this no code boot camp, so that worked well. So I mean, I also got many people who were interested in the bootcamp from my no code posts, because earlier I used to share life experiences, but then I had to sell some, I had to sell the bootcamp as well. So that's why I started creating more posts on no code. And then, like, when I was ideating to shift towards AI, also I was working with that another brand for which I was an affiliate creator. So I had started creating post about AI as well, because I needed people to come on my giveaways and get that product. So I mean, that was the thing I think that worked the best. Apart from that, the best thing that worked for me was, like, creating more content on AI in Jan 2023. So I remember this thing. I won't name the creator, but there is a huge creator. Like, at that time, the creator was not huge. At that time, that guy had 20,000 followers, and today he has 300,000 followers. So he
Wow.
had, yeah, so he had messaged me on Twitter that, we both can become the AI guys, and let's build an amazing audience. At that time, I was like, I'm working with another brand. I can't really, ask them that I'll become the AI guy. I'll have to work as they say. So I mean, I just started posting some content on Epic because I saw him growing really well. So I was like, okay, cool, I should also do it. Let's see how it works. So I think also following the trend, to be honest, worked really well. Also, my aim always in terms of content has been to help people make money from it. I
Hmm.
mean, many a times it also seems to be scammy, like, okay, yeah, he's just talking about money. Why is he just talking about money? So
But that's the holy
we,
grail. It's like when you get to the bottom of everything, it's all about how can I make money off of this thing, right? That's a
yeah.
lot of that attracts a whole lot of people, a whole lot of
Also,
people.
the thing is that when I was in the when I was having the no code course, and I was, kind of an instructor, so we used to take these survey forms every time from every person. So the main goal was not just to learn no code tools. The main goal was to learn how to make money from these tools, like how to get a
Mm,
job, because there are not many no code jobs, or people are not clear about job boards. So I understood that that is the main aim of people. So I just created content around how people can make money using AI or save time using AI, but not, how people can, let's say, create a fitness app using AI, have their own fitness tutor using AI. I was not much
right,
into those sites, like how people can, get more dates using AI tools or chat GPT. So I was
right.
away from that, but I was towards how to just make money, let's say, using AI, no code, and automation. Because when I was at Goldman Sachs, I was doing most of the automation stuff itself, because these guys who basically had a commerce background, they used to work on Excel, and I used to automate those things using Python, Alteryx, Tableau, and like other automation tools. So I mean, I was used to this automation world from since I was in Goldman Sachs. So I think that's just continuing, like how we can automate stuff using no code, then AI. Yeah, for
So when
now.
you
I
say no,
didn't.
so when you say no code tools, like, can you give me an example of what you mean by no code tools?
So no-code tools are basically where you don't really need to know how to code in simple terms. Like, you don't need to know how to code in order to build any app. I'll just give an example. So there was this girl who was from the hospitality sector, and who's, I think had a she had a store of, I think, peanut butter or something. So she was like, I just want to, launch a website for this. I don't know anything about coding. I don't want to hire anyone because these coders are expensive. Just let me learn how to build a store using no code. So we helped her understand how she can launch a store on Shopify. We also helped her understand how, if she doesn't want to use Shopify, she can use other stores as well. She can use other options as well. Like, she can just like, for example, in the first 10 days, we just taught her how to build a landing page using Card. Then we taught her how to use Notion in order to manage the inventory and, whatever finances she wants to manage. Then after that, I remember we had also taught her how to use Webflow and Bubble, but of course that was too complicated for her to understand. So
Right.
we helped her understand how to use software and Airtable in the backend, because Airtable works just like Excel. So it was a bit easy for her to understand. So I mean,
Hmm.
this is what our aim was. Like, if people don't really know coding, like, yeah, they can still build whatever they want.
But even some of those no code tools are pretty complicated for sort of the
Hmm.
layperson who doesn't really know anything.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, to be honest, there are some tools, but these are mostly Bubble and Webflow. To be honest, I don't really think people really need to go into depth into these tools until and unless they want a job, or if they want to build something complicated, like they want to build an AI tool. But yeah, if they want to build something huge, then of course they'll need to invest more time to learning these, but it won't be as much as, we invest to learn in programming, like learning algorithms and all of that.
So would you say when did you know, like at what moment did you say to yourself, okay, this is working. This is exactly what I want to do. This is exactly what I want to keep on doing. Like what happened for you to like, because that's what happens with a lot of startups. It's like there's a moment where they go, hey, this is actually going to work. This is actually going to be successful. When did that happen for you?
I mean, to be honest, it was in 2017 when I had started
Oh,
writing
all
on
the way back
Quora.
then.
Yeah. So at that time, what happened? I think like from India, Quora people were really active. They used to have these meetups. Of course, Quora had not started paying its users. There were no sponsored posts or something. But I got to know that people are getting jobs from Quora. So I was like, of course, this is a great opportunity. There were many people who were also selling their own info products on Quora. I did not do anything of those at that time because I was like, I'm a college student who's gonna buy from me. So
But you
that's
knew your
why
stuff, so you could have done it. But so is that
yeah.
that the point you said to yourself? But you didn't have any money coming in at that point, right? There was a must. Like, was it when you first sold that $100 course or template?
I still would say it's only Quora because I mean, to be honest, Quora had given me a lot of opportunities in college. I got to know some of the best people. I got to know my seniors, who never used to even talk to me. They got to know me only because I was writing on Quora. So it unlocked a lot of opportunities. And at that point of time, I had plans like I'll launch, I'll go on YouTube also, I'll go on Instagram. But of course, that all of that did not happen because I was also studying. So also my parents were not really supportive of all of this. Like whenever I used to come for holidays at home, they were like, "What are you doing? You're on phone all day."
I'm making money. I'm making money. So would you say it sounds like you would you say you're an introvert? You're quite an
Yeah, I
introvert?
am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's probably one of the reasons why you went into the field that you're in. But now you're finding yourself having to be more of an extrovert because of these tools. Although the way Twitter is and a lot of these other tools, you can still do really well as an introvert. You don't necessarily need to
Mm.
share as much as content creators do.
I mean, yeah, even like since I've started, posting content on Instagram, I don't really post a lot. My friends suggest me, to go on a vacation and then share pictures and all, but I'm not gonna do that for sure.
Yeah.
So
But you ever worried about, I mean, this is one of the things that is my concern as a content creator as well, is do you ever have to worry about, it's kind of like the OnlyFans Instagrammer problem where you just have to keep creating content. You just have
Mhm.
to, and you never get to a passive income state because you have to create content. And then if you create the content, you have to promote the content and you have to market the content. And it's like, there's never a point that you're going to get to. It's almost like the hedonic treadmill. This is like the content treadmill. You just have to keep creating stuff. Are you ever worried that you're going to get to that point?
I mean, I think I am still at that point. Like, I won't say
Okay.
I'm having any passive income or anything. Like, because I don't really believe in passive income. I think people who say they want passive income, it's just lazy income. Like, I mean, if you're not working for it, how can you expect, to make huge money out of it?
Right. Well,
It's
the idea,
just,
I mean, from my perspective, passive income is like being an author, right? You write a
hmm,
book and you could be on a beach in Ibiza while it's selling, right? So money's coming in, ding, 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 ding. So passive income, it's not something it's been around for a long time. There's just different ways of doing it. But I think
hmm.
in the content creation space, in the Twitter, X, Instagram, whatever, if that's the profession you've decided upon, you really do have to just continually create content. Because if you drop off for a day or two or a week, it's like your history,
Yeah.
right? Isn't that how these things have been designed?
Yeah, I agree on that. But also, since you've given an example of an author, to be honest, most of these authors, I would say, make money either by, their credibility or either by borrowed credibility. Borrowed credibility basically means, Ryan Holiday, he talks about stoicism. So he's
Yeah.
borrowing the credibility of all these stoics who were there. So what I believe that if you have like any of these, first you need to build a reputation, for some years. Even if you're an author, like you can't really just think like, I'll just write a book and it will keep selling on for years. But I mean, yeah, of course it would keep selling, but I think books are similar to music, like content. Sorry, I mean songs.
Yeah.
Like a book will trend for some time and then the trend would drop. So I mean, till the trend is there, you're making that passive income. But again, that drop is gonna come just how it comes in. Like songs, like today there might be some songs that are trending on Instagram and everyone is creating reels on it, everyone is dancing to it. But then after a week, there'll be a new song, then there'll be a new song. So even as any creative, I think you need to keep putting in the work without thinking like, okay, I'm making passive income, my life is set. I don't think so. Your life is ever gonna be set, or anyone's life is ever gonna be set. I think we'll have to keep working, even if we, build a legacy like how Gandhi had built, or any
Yeah.
great person had built. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. That's in the content creation space. There are passive income methods, but they're nothing to do with AI. They're nothing to do with content creation. It's things like rental income or stock
Yeah.
income or whatever, where it truly is making money while you sleep. If I have a rental property, someone's paying me just to live in it, right? I mean, that is true passive income. You still have to
Yeah,
manage it and
rental
stuff like
income
that.
is. Mhm.
But so what you're telling me, and this is a revelation, is that content creation is basically can never be a passive income source,
I don't think
even
so.
with
It can
AI.
ever
Even
be.
with AI.
Not even with AI. I mean, even if you have AI, you are running some automations on Zapier. I have seen many in Instagram pages that have done this. Like they have just used Zapier to automate the entire Instagram page, but their
Yeah.
Instagram page is not working because the images are not really relatable to the captions at times. You need to still put some, human input, to be honest, in order to see if things are working really well. So I think even if you have AI, you can't really get that passive income like how you get in real estate or in stocks. Of course, these both are passive income streams, but you also need some initial money in order to invest into real
Oh
estate
yeah,
and then
it
get
has
the
to. There has
returns.
to be that. But it's the
Yeah.
same for content creation. So the dream of creating some kind of AI content creation engine that just creates passive income while you're lying on a beach, that's never going to happen. Or
I think it will happen, but there will be some manual intervention involved for sure. Because I also use AI tools, to be honest, to see, what can I create my next post about, how can I make the hook better. But many a times they are good, but many a times they are also not good. So I need that, manual human intervention there. So yeah.
yeah, no, I totally agree. I totally agree. Okay, so it's time to think like a futurist. It's the year 2033, 10 years out. Where are you going to be? Where's the world going to be? Where are we? What's? Can you imagine what what your life will be like in 10 years?
I mean, to be honest, I don't think in such a long-term perspective, but I think after 10 years, like in terms of my stream, like let's say content creation, or even if we talk about digital businesses, I think a lot of things will be automated. But I think the value of human content will increase a lot. Like, today we have these, let's say today, if I'm selling glasses, so I can sell these glasses that are made out of machine or automated. And then I can also sell, antique pieces of glasses, which are like 100 years old, which were created by humans on their own. So I think that would be the value of human generated content. Also, I think many of these gamers will start using multiple AI tools. Like they'll use voice cloning AI tools to make the great gaming streams more fun. And apart from
Yeah,
that, we'll also see Mr. Beast using like AI powered video editing in order to like make his videos more crazy. Like today, I think last week or last 2 weeks, he had like run a train inside a pit. So I think we are gonna see more crazier things, like he'll take an aeroplane into an ocean or whatever.
yeah,
So
yeah. So AI is going to augment and make things even crazier. And I mean, that's the thing where I think it's going to be is that it's going to take our input and it's going to go
Mhm.
beyond anything that we could think of, because I mean, that's the best place for it
Yeah.
because it augments what we're doing.
Yeah, I agree on that. Apart from that, I think that the noise on social media is going to increase a lot because we are going to see more and more creators coming up. So I think content like Mr. Beast, because I think that would really, uh, I mean, be differentiated. Because otherwise, if everyone is going to use AI tools, I don't think there is any differentiation factors and people would really buy stuff from you. So I think content creation will become more crazier and more unpredictable things will happen. Like what we are seeing right now, it's nothing in terms of what we'll see, of course, 10 years later. Apart from that, in AI, I don't, I mean, yeah, of course, AGI might come. Who knows? I'm not going to say anything about it because many times people take it in a wrong way. So I think more and more students are going to start using AI. They are not going to burn a lot of money on coaching classes or tuitions. I think also schools will understand that students are using AI, so they'll also make learning a bit more different and a bit more challenging. Like let's say focusing more on real life case studies rather than just focusing on reading the textbook and just producing answers in the examination. So I think, yeah, a lot of these changes I think are expected to happen. Apart from that, I don't think there are going to be many real life robots because I think they might be expensive and not everyone will be able to afford it in the next 10 years. So
Yeah. No, I think anything that's digitizable. So I think you're absolutely right. And I think, are we going to see situations where AI is going to be able to create content that's as good as human content in the next 10 years?
I mean, yeah, of course, as compared to the current human content, it's gonna be able to create that. Like I think, we are having a podcast today, so I think after 10 years, of course, we won't be having a podcast. Like people would just scrape our content from social
Yeah, it'll be
media.
my avatar talking to your avatar, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that would be automated. People would just create that on their own. So yeah, I think what we are doing right now today, of course, educational content, it's gonna be much more easier in creation because it's already easier in creation. You can just ask ChatGPT a question and then it will create educational content upon it. But then I think educational content with, having a teacher who is writing on the blackboard or something, I think even that would become a reality after 10 years. So educational content creators like me and you and others are gonna face a huge challenge, but I think we'll have to create some differentiation by going to another level by like how Mr. Beast basically creates content.
Yeah. We have to be more human. As long as we're more
Yeah, more
human, we're
human.
good.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, this has been great. Thank you so much. If someone wants to get in touch with you, what's the best way?
I mean, you can just reach out to me on Twitter, to be honest. Like
Okay.
that's the best.
That's your, okay. So I'll put your contact information in the show notes, and this has been great. Thank you so much. Very helpful.
Yeah, same here. It was amazing, like talking to you and your questions, especially the 10-year question was amazing.
Yeah. Now you have to start thinking about the future. Far, far
Yeah.
future.
Scary but
All right.
exciting.
I
Yeah.
know. Thanks so much. Talk to you later.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.